Hello, you hardcores out there, how are you doing? Ross here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Well, we have some news. Bet Dennis is happy, aren't you, Dennis? The White Rhino is going to fight. It's Big Freeze! It's Big Freeze! And the White Rhino are going to go for broke, or are they? I don't know. Do I think it's a good fight? Yeah, I think it's best fight on night, isn't it? I mean, I want to watch Beefy and Eubank. All it is a pension fight. And they were stupid enough to give him a rematch. Eubank's going to cash that in. He's got nowhere to go without Ben, has he? We're always going to cash that Beefy Smith fight in, but this is best fight on night. This is chief support, but it's best fight on night. We've got It's Big Freeze. Now, when they get in ring, It's Big Freeze is 32-year-old. When they get in ring, 32 in a month. Now, he's 7-0, 5 by way of, 6'6", big 20 clemmer. Now, Olympic bronze medal. The best wins, Marius Bach. Now, when you look at It's Big Freeze, this is how I look at it. Stayed in amateurs too long. But he's a big old lump, isn't he? But when you're working in amateurs and you're doing security jobs and this and that, and you're picking up all perks, you don't want to dip your toe into professional game, do you? And what you're going to see with this fight is something very, very simple, that the professional game is a little bit different to amateur game. And if you stay there too long, you become stagnated. You become too old to change. Now, would you believe that It's Big Freeze? It's Big Freeze is about 7-8 months older than the White Rhino. Do you see where I'm coming from? Some people said the White Rhino turned pro too early with Dennis and that he should have waited. Some people say Liam Cameron did. I don't know. I think you've got to get a fine balance. Did Huey turn pro too early? He had a World Junior, didn't he? Gold big. Huey could have gone Olympics, couldn't he? So I don't know. It's finding that right balance. Depends what style you've got. But I think Dave Allen's style is more suited to pros. And then Big Freezers. It's Big Freeze or It's Big Freeze. He's like a cartoon character, isn't he? Big giant Karamak Easter egg. But he's likable, isn't he, Big Freeze? I like him. I like Big Freeze. But Big White Rhino, 21 wins, 18 by way of, 5 losses, 2 draws. But out his wins, you know, it's very rare he goes to points, the White Rhino. His best wins, Lucas, Big Daddy Brown, former WBA regular champion. I see White Rhino in this fight. I see him making it a dogfight. I think that's his only chance because I don't see him as having 12 rounds or 10 rounds in tank to go against Big Freeze. But I do see him setting a pace and making Big Freeze work. So I think this fight will be down to fitness. If it's down to toughness, they're both tough, aren't they? They both did all them rounds with Joshua and Dylan White and that. To be fair, I've heard that It's Big Freeze puts it on the can man when they spar, and Dylan White don't like sparring him. That's what I'm hearing. So Dave Allen could be in for a tough night. But I'm going to say a Dave Allen win, an old man's him. That's what I'm going to say. And if Dave Allen don't win, it's because of inactivity. So, but I'm pleased that Dennis will get something out of the job, because he's been grafting for it, and old Dennis. Old Dennis, seeing you going around with begging bowl. Oh, are people going to say Dave Allen's been dug up? Well, no, because he's younger than Fraser Clark. Let me just get that into your heads. Dave Allen's younger than Fraser Clark. So that, and they were in amateurs together. So do the maths. Did Fraser stay too long? Did Dave not stay in long enough? Well, look at the fights Dave's had, 28 to Fraser's 7. So 21 fights behind Dave, innit? But will that time in amateur with all them training facilities, will that make him better than Dave Allen at night? I'm not so sure, because it's professional boxing. And I think if you stay in the amateurs too long, you get found out. So we could be in for a shock on this night of September the 2nd. Well, I hope Dave Allen wins, puts him to Kip. But I think he's going to start as not the bookie's favourite. I think it's Big Freeze will be favourite because he's got an Olympic bronze, he's got all Sky behind him. Dave Allen's going to get no favours whatsoever. He's represented by Big Ron in it. Big Ron's in his corner. He's going to get no favours. In fact, who's going to be in Dave Allen's corner? Is it going to be his dad? Will it be Darren Barker, Jamie Moore? I thought Jamie Moore, Nigel Travers, and Dave's dad. But we'll see. I don't see a Darren Barker anywhere. Although he might come out at Woodwick if Dave gets on DAZN again or gets to wait we match him again. It's amazing how people align themselves with people once the flavour at month. But let's hope that Dave Allen can do the business and not just turn up and say, "Oh, I'm retiring now." And then 6 months later, we've got to put up with this. Is it his 4th time he's come back? I don't know. I don't want to be here this time next year. We had Dave Allen come back saying his tools weren't sharp against its Big Freeze. And, you know, he just couldn't get going or motivated and blah, blah. I don't want to hear all that nonsense. The people in the industry are saying that this is a knockover fight for its Big Freeze. Dave's not going to get a decision on a boxer Sky show, is it? Right. So we know the dance. So Dave Allen, we all know, needs a knockout. But if he can just perform out of his skin for one night only, just one night, what are we going to do against David Price? If he can have that man in the middle moment and says, "You know what, I went for it and I got left on my back." Not quitting on my stool, I'm on about left on your back. Not quitting. Not saying he quit, but he will pulled out. I want to see somebody left on the back in this fight. I want to see Dave Allen's got to go all out for it. If he goes all out for it and he gets knocked out, I'm behind him. I can respect that. But if he does 6 or 7 rounds and then he's left on his stool, no, I don't want to see that again. We see that too many times in boxing. So, all right. So let's hope that Dave Allen isn't going to be punching for pay till he's 40, but somehow I think he will be. Because that's just how it goes, isn't it? If you don't want to go get a job. But I wish him well, and I hope it flattens. It's Big Freeze. In fact, I hope Big Freeze melts. Because he's favourite, isn't it? We have to back our guy. But Big Freeze is a good fighter, and I think he's left it a bit late to do all as regards winning a world title. I think it's just about hoovering money up for him now. And that's all it is for David. He's had 4 fights in 4 years against 4 men who do not have winning records. Is that the right preparation to go into fight an Olympic bronze medalist, 7-05 by way of? No, it is not. We're all hoping he can pull out a Lucas Brown performance. Can he do it? It's a tough ask, but we're behind him. So, all right. That's about it. Thank you for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment below and sharing the video on your WhatsApps. Peace out.